It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News podcast. On this, the 22nd day of July, 2024, coming to you from Bedford County. It was a little too nippy last night for me. Down in the 60s. Well, it's not too bad. But I have a feeling I did not get in the pool yesterday, folks. There was just too much. It was a zoo here yesterday. I don't mind telling you. Here's a prime example. Was in about 2 minutes, the phone rings and it's hot air time. He needed some information. So I was getting him that information. And my brother-in-law called me to their breakfast, my lunch. And the doorbell rang. And it was the guy that's been pressure washing the house and the outbuildings here. Said he needed me to come inspect his job. So, and that happened until, 2 minutes. So it was like that all day yesterday. So I made it to the pool. I did part of my inspection because Stanley pressure washed the deck around the pool. And so I had to go look at that and tell him, oh, yeah, that's lovely. And he did he did the house. He did the shed, Oh, yes, that's wonderful. He did the driveway, so I had to go see that. I said, oh, that's lovely. It's just one of those days. All right, so we do have some news stories today, which is kind of nice for a Monday. I've had, Mondays before that were awful. But we do have quite a few stories today. So they're not any major stories by any stretch of the imagination. The main story today, the lead story, is choking rays in New Zealand fees. We're also going to talk about the Carnival clarifying the loyalty drink again. Jade lays an egg. Holland America winter promotion. A royal Sendoff for Utopia. New life for Pacific Venus. And the fourth day of airline cancellation. And lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, is National Mango Day. It's not the easiest fruit to find here in the States, but we occasionally get mangoes. And one of the things I do, we don't have mangoes now, but we have something similar to that. A mango is one of those seed-in fruits, kind of like a peach, only it tastes a lot different. So, there's several of those that have the big jugunda seed inside, like a peach has. Mangoes are one of them. So, slice them up when I've got them. It's a little messy to do that usually on my cereal in the morning. I like my bananas on cereal. I'll use pretty much anything I've got here except grapes. My grapes, I eat, and I'll eat a lot of grapes, folks, sitting and watching TV. That's my great time. So I'm eating a lot of fruit these days, a lot more than I ever have. So, and I know you can't tell it because I'm a big fat guy, but my weight is actually as low as it's been in probably 20 years or so. Now, that's not saying a whole lot, but I'm slowly working on it. All right, if you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. All the big guys, just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. We do this 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I will go on Saturday or Sunday if there's anything major happening. I do stay on top of things. We are coming up on some travel time here this next month. So that's going to totally screw up our normal schedule because there'll be travel days. Then there'll be days I'm on the ship and a 4-hour time difference. So I got to calculate when I can do the show and with what I'm going to do on excursions or getting off the ship. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet when I get to Alaska. But for sure on the travel days, there will be no show. That's just not going to happen on travel days to Alaska. Normally I do the travel days early. Now, when I go to my first travel day for flying to Vancouver, I don't leave Richmond until the afternoon. So I'll do the show that day early so I don't run myself short. But so we'll do it, maybe 8 o'clock. That would be on the 15th of August. And then on All Aboard Day on the 16th, I don't know. It's going to depend on if I have any sleep when I get in, because I'm not supposed to get in until like midnight now. They changed my flight times. So by the time I get to the hotel and probably wake Gary up and go to, get some shut eye myself. I mean, I still got to have time to prepare a show. So whether I do a show that next day or not, we'll have to wait and see. Play that by ear. All right. If you are listening to the podcast, you can always, if you want to jump over to the video feed, there's always a link in the description of the podcast. So you can do just that. Stay tuned to this channel for my announcement on a giveaway. I don't have it. I wanted to get it nailed down this weekend. Was not able to discuss things with Nate. I've already sent him a message about the possibility of us getting together today and trying to nail down everything on what we're going to do and what we're going to promote that week for MSC. I don't mind telling you, it has to do with MSC now and how we're going to do it. So that's still to come sometime in the next couple of days. I did not have time this morning to, I owe you some pictures from Rochelle and a couple other people are traveling. I did not have a chance to do that today as well. So I got a lot of catching up to do. All right, so let's get on with things this morning after a quick break from one of our fine network sponsors. All right, to get the show underway this morning, a proposed 88% increase in border processing fees targeted at cruise passengers may make cruising to New Zealand more expensive and more difficult for travelers later this year. The new fee would take effect from December 1st, 2024, and is drawing heavy criticism from tourism groups as well as CLIA, Australasia, and the New Zealand Cruise Association. With the proposed fee increase set to be implemented in less than 5 months, cruise lines would be hard-pressed to sail profitably in the region. Because of environmental regulations, fees, and other factors, New Zealand is already one of the most expensive markets for cruise lines to operate in, with very thin profitability margins. It would be noted that New Zealand cruise tourism has not yet returned to pre-pandemic levels, unlike many areas that have already surpassed those numbers. While the nation is on track for continued recovery, the proposed fee increase could suppress cruise tourism in the region due to unsustainable cost. Some projections indicate up to 22% decline in cruise ship visitors for the 2024-2025 season. I don't mind price increases, folks. I don't mind the areas charging a little more to get into the ports. 88%? That's a little extreme. In a creative way of getting double mileage for the same story, just 2 days after announcing the removal of restrictions on the popular loyalty drink perk for Gold, Platinum, and Diamond level guests, Carnival Cruise Line has further clarified the change and renamed the perk. Previously, the free beverage was simply called an appreciation drink for Gold cruisers and a complimentary beverage for Platinum and Diamond cruisers. Now, to better describe the benefit and remove confusion, the drink is called the Welcome Aboard, Welcome Home beverage. This free drink will be processed automatically for the first drink a guest orders on board and will not be charged to their sale and sign accounts. So if you get a drink when you first get on the ship, folks, the first one's going to be free now. We had a significant price break on the September 6th Norwegian Gem cruise from Boston to Quebec City. Currently, double occupancy starts at $735.60 per person. Solo insides start at $1235.80. The studios are sold out. This is a 7-night cruise with stops in Bar Harbor, Halifax, Sydney, Charlottetown, La Baie, and into Quebec City. Anyway, significant price break. No idea how long it'll last. If you're interested, jump at it. So all you have to do is call me, 434-258-9264, or text or email me at chilliefalls.com. Did Jade lay an egg when she was a day late getting there, a day late leaving there, and who knows what there? Guests aboard Norwegian Jade enjoyed a longer cruise than originally planned. A technical issue with the ship's engines slowed her propulsion and made her a full day late returning to Port Canaveral. This changed the disembarkation date from Saturday to yesterday and subsequently changed the current voyage. This put the ship a full 24 hours behind her original schedule and meant that any onboard guests with travel plans to return home had to make severe adjustments. Norwegian Cruise Line opened phone lines and internet access aboard the Jade so that guests could make such adjustments more easily. If travelers had booked transfers and flights through Norwegian, the reservations team made those adjustments, but some travelers may not be able to return home until Monday, today. Any guests impacted in that way will be provided with a one-night complimentary hotel stay as they wait for their rearranged flight. Guests who booked flight arrangements independently needed to contact their airline for rescheduling and their travel insurance if they have it for any reimbursement possibilities. The cruise line also offered up to $300 reimbursement per person for any airline change or cancellation fees not covered through travel insurance. Finally, all guests on board were offered a 10% discount as a future cruise credit to acknowledge the inconvenience the delay has caused. The credit will be available to use beginning August the 7th and must be used no later than December 31st, 2025. Guests on the current cruise are being provided with a prorated refund and help adjusting travel plans if they were booked through Norwegian. A Norwegian Cruise Line spokesman confirmed in a statement, guests on this cruise will receive a prorated refund based on the reduced sailing length for the original voyage fare paid, prepaid service charges, free at sea package fees, and port taxes. We are adjusting travel arrangements for guests who purchase their air or pre-cruise hotel stay through us as needed to accommodate the new embarkation date of yesterday, July 21st. There is no mention, however, of any help securing hotel reservations on Saturday, the 20th, when guests would have been expecting to set sail aboard their ship. In other words, if they flew in on the morning of the 20th, where are they going to stay on the night of the 20th? The nature of the technical issue impacting Norwegian Jade has not been detailed, though the cruise line does acknowledge that repairs were needed. The ship is scheduled for maintenance prior to its departure from Port Canaveral on Sunday to mitigate any further impacts the guest experience, so said the statement. As of this morning, Cruise Mapper is showing the Jade sailing at 21 knots, so maybe they got it fixed. At this time, there is no confirmation on whether or not any itinerary adjustments will be necessary. However, according to the original schedule, Jade was supposed to be in Puerto Plata today at 7:30 a.m. So a change for today has to be forthcoming, because at 7:30 a.m., she was just going past the kind of eastern side of the Bahamas, nowhere near Puerto Plata. So there's also one sea day later in the week, but you can't just move everything back because you've got port schedules at every port. So something has to give with the itinerary on the ship. And whether it's just canceling today in Puerto Plata, I don't know. Holland America has announced a new promotion, Save on Sunshine, to encourage travelers to book winter cruises. Launched on Friday, the offer includes up to 40% off fares, free prepaid crew appreciation, and 50% reduced deposits. The promotion applies to select departures from September 2024 through April 2025 and must be booked by August 20th of 2024. It's available on nearly 300 cruises and covers a range of destinations, including the Caribbean, Mexico, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Tahiti, the Pacific Coast, South America, Hawaii, and the Panama Canal. Holland American Line operates a fleet of 11 ships, with 5 sailing in the Caribbean this winter. About 800 people lined the shoreline at Port Canaveral's Jetty Park on Friday to bid bon voyage to Royal Caribbean's Utopia of the Seas as she embarked on her first revenue sailing from Port Canaveral. Utopia of the Seas was led out of port by the Brevard County Sheriff's Marine Unit. Carnival Fire Rescue's Fireboat 2 with her impressive water cannon display, and flanked by 2 of the port's resident tugs. South Korean-based Eastern Cruise is set to launch a new cruise operation in Asia with the former Pacific Venus. Renamed the Eastern Venus, the 722-guest vessel is set to enter service for the startup brand in August. Plans call for cruises to Northeast Asia from April to October, with South Korea home ports, and in Southeast Asia from October to March, with Taiwan serving as the turnaround base. After concluding a 25-year career in Japan, The Pacific Venus was withdrawn from service in January of 2023 as part of Venus Cruises' plans to shut down the cruise business. Lisbon is the largest city and capital of Portugal. Have you ever thought about visiting St. George's Castle? Or perhaps the Belém Tower? Well, you can do that and lots more on the Norwegian Bliss transatlantic from Miami to Southampton, which sails January the 4th. 13 nights. Cabins start at $1,084, including taxes and port charges. And not only will you stop in Lisbon, it also stops in Ponta Delgado, Viga, Spain, Le Havre, France, and arrives in Southampton on January the 17th. A fabulous transatlantic cruise on Norwegian Bliss. Just email me at chilliefalls.com or give me a call. Thousands of people are waiting to fly out of Atlanta as airlines continue to deal with the fourth day of aftershocks of the global CrowdStrike outage. According to FlightAware, more than 250 flights have been canceled already today, most of which were with Atlanta-based Delta Airlines. In total, more than 700 flights have been canceled in the last 24 hours. And that's just in Atlanta, folks. That's not counting everywhere else. Speaking of everywhere else, those of you who know that we had a dog here, Albie. The president of the college, Randolph College, was in Italy, and Amanda is her pet sitter, along with other people. So the first couple weeks she was gone, Albie was able to stay at home, and Amanda would just go in and feed her and walk her several times a day. Then they started the construction this week at the house, and Albie doesn't do well with that. Either the construction men or the noise or any of it. So Amanda brought her here. She was supposed to go home on Friday, with Sue getting back Friday night. Well, Sue got hung up in this whole mess of airlines shutdown. She did get out of Italy. She got from Italy. She flew to Amsterdam and changed planes in Amsterdam, and that's where it ended. So she was still. I haven't talked to Amanda this morning because we had an issue during the night with my sister falling, and nobody's up and going yet. But we hope she gets home tonight. I haven't checked with Amanda to see if she actually got out of Amsterdam during the night as was planned. I have no idea what's going on with Amsterdam's airport. I just know what happened in Atlanta, and I'm thinking, Lord, this could go on forever. So still headaches, definitely headaches with flying. I don't know if so. I mean, we'll keep Albie here if she can't get home until she gets here, because she's got, from Amsterdam. I'm not sure where she was flying to. New York, possibly. Atlanta, possibly. Charlotte, possibly. And then there's, puddle jumpers that come into Lynchburg. I can't afford to fly them, but somebody like the president of the college probably can, so she will probably fly here. So who knows what's going to happen when she gets back. So that'll probably be quite a story. Maybe we'll have her on. I've been trying to get her to come on the show one day, because she takes some phenomenal trips, both on her own and for the college. So, all right, let's go see who's in the chat room. That does end the news portion of today. My voice has made it so far. which is a good thing. I ran out of steam Friday with my voice. That's from the stupid treatments. I'm not sick or anything. That's the damn treatments I'm taking. All right, Mike's here. Hot Air Tom's with us. Or Steve. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Says hello to me and everybody else. Did Chillie get the Azapod fixed on Jade? Hot Air Tom, the best I can tell, I mean, she's running at 21 knots. I don't think Jade goes any faster than that. So now I know she's got to make up some time. Who knows? And there's places between, Port Canaveral and Puerto Plata where they got to cut speeds because that's a whale zone and all those kind of things. So, during the day today, there's going to be some times when she's not running at top speed, but she sure did during the night. So we'll just have to, I didn't check it the last hour or so. We'll have to see how Jade does. So I see the ship left late last night from Port Canaveral, probably 10 p.m. or so. Yeah, it was about 10:30 actually. I hope they got the problem fixed. Yikes, no intro today. Get out. I knew I didn't go quite as long. Maybe that was the problem. Sorry about that. I'll hold it longer. Next time, it just puts a big donut, a dead space. If somebody goes to the replay before the show actually starts. And my fear is I'm going to lose viewers because of that. So I don't know. We'll see. As long as you don't miss part of the show, Hot Air Tom. Taylor's with us from X. Hello, Taylor. 999 Flip is with us from X also. There's Kenneth up in Pennsylvania. Bob's with us. Good morning, Bob. Brian Jotter says, what's up? No, Brain Jotter. Sorry, I read that wrong. Brain Jotter is with us from X also. Gary Older Than Dirt is here. Says, good morning, gang. There's Elizabeth. Buena dias, Chilean gang, on my final countdown now. 4 days left of my vacation until I fly to Barcelona on Friday. I'm opposite of all of you, as a ship means work rather than vacay. Oh, yeah. There's a sex bomber or somebody that's trying to get money out of folks. Sorry, Isaiah, we don't do that on this channel. So Elizabeth said I have a 5-month vacation though. Yeah, she has. So we had a couple of nice chats recently. So I even looked to see if there's any way I could figure out how to get on Scarlet Lady. I'm not going to be over there till after she leaves. So, and I don't have the time to make a trip over there while she's on it. So I'm going to do a Virgin one of these days, and I'd love to do it when Elizabeth was there. That would be a gas, because she's going to be like a guest, even though she's working as opposed to crew. So, Hot Air says, he's asking Elizabeth which ship, Scarlet Lady. Hot Air says, oh dear, why'd you say that? I have people that love Scarlet Lady. Todd says, good morning, everybody. Hey, Todd. She'll be on Scarlet Lady for about 3 months and then over to Silver Seas after that. Most likely, at least. Chilliescruises, per the letter NCL sent, two current Jade cruisers. The Jade lost ports in Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and added Nassau in place. Cruisers not happy about Nassau. Okay, well, thank you, Hot Air Tom, because I did not get that because I'm not booked on Jade. And that wasn't showing anywhere in my news feeds today. So thank you, Hot Air. There's Emily. Says, hey, guys, I am. Elizabeth says, no one is happy about an unscheduled Nassau stop, especially the crew. I tell you what, Nassau is so much different now after they finished all that project. I mean, at least on, around the port. It's not like it used to be where you had to go to do anything. You had to go through, horrible downtown Nassau. Well, now I think all the shops and stuff are in the new area. The old Strong Market are all nice buildings now, and that area is gone. So Nassau is a lot better than it used to be. Now, if you have to get out into town or if you go on excursions out away from port itself, then you have to deal with the old part of Nassau and the old problems of Nassau. So, Gretchen's with us out in Ohio. Says, hi, guys. Just got in. Emily says, I'm sorry about your sister. I hope she'll be okay. Well, I'll see when they get up this morning. She didn't go to the hospital or anything. She wasn't hurt. She just fell. And this has happened several times before. Bruised and battered, but thankfully nothing's been broken. So I'll investigate here shortly. Let's see. Todd says hello to M. Gretchen says hello to M and everybody. Setting up a new iPad at the moment may take more than a moment. Yeah, well, that goes beyond my capabilities. I'm afraid that I'm just not intelligent enough to have to deal with anything. So I've stayed with my old Android that I've used forever, and it's about worn out. And I dread the thought of getting another one because I know some things are going to change. But, all right, there's Smith Sandra. I would assume the first name is Sandra from X. So, hello, Sandra from X. Yeah, we're up around 100 people in the house, which is, that's not bad. Before we had to shut down there on X for a couple days that we couldn't broadcast, I was getting up between 130 and 150 a day in the chat in the live room, not necessarily the chat room because not everybody can see X chat. I still haven't figured out why that is. So, but anyway, that is actually going to wrap the show up for today. I'll have a report back tomorrow on personal things here at the Farm O Falls. I would love to get outside and get in the pool today as I need to burn off some excess energy, and that's the only place I can do it. So that's what's happening. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, I appreciate everybody being here. Please smash that thumbs up button. That helps us out a lot. And what else? Oh, yeah, subscribe. Where are we? I might as well take a second and tell you where we are this morning on subscribers. We are at 6406 this morning, as we did get past that 6,400 hurdle. It's now 6,407. So subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. That helps us out a lot. I'd like to get 10,000 subscribers before I go to where am I going? To Alaska in 3 weeks. That's the goal. smash that button and the dinger that tells you when I go live or when a new video is up. All right, guys, that's it for today. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully we can all get together on the high seas real soon. You guys have a fabulous day. I'll see everybody back here tomorrow morning.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.